Let's have a look.
They say you should never remake a classic, that is, unless you're Tim Burton. With an eye for the magical, no one's better suited to bring the fantasy of Alice in Wonderland to life in the latest big screen adaptation. So Tim, why Alice?
I'd never really seen a version that I liked, so it was a real challenge to try to set the story in a slightly different context, but then just, have those characters that are so much in your mind,
This time we see Alice returning to Wonderland as an adult.
Alice has returned to Wonderland.
A world she no longer remembers, some friends too easily forgotten.
You're back.
Oh, Alice!
You're absolutely Alice. I'd know you anywhere.
It stars seven-time collaborator Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter, a character he describes as something of a mood ring.
Kind of a lot of different ingredients in the Hatter, really, but mainly I think the idea behind Hatter is that there's some damage there. There's some trauma, in there. There's almost a kind of a multiple personality disorder.
Tim's partner, Helena Bonham Carter, stars as the wretched Red Queen and has to make a few rules on set. What's it like working with him? Is it a blessing or a curse or a bit of both?
Oh, actually, we behaved quite well on this one. I had written commandments, so definitely can't talk about anything at home. Don't forget that. You can't ever abuse your position by saying, like, oh, can I have another take?
Newcomer Aussie Mia Wasikowska found herself mixing it with a Hollywood A-list as she prepared to take on the title role.
They laugh at me. They're just unlike anything else, really. I mean, they're so funny and strange, and, a huge fan of both of their works, so to be able to work with them is really great. We have our champion.
Anne Hathaway jumped at the chance to play the White Queen.
I just loved the role, but I really just wanted to be in the film, and I would have played a tree if he'd asked me to. Did I say that I had a collaboration with Tim Burton? It makes me feel very special.
Let's make the world right again.
Final question from one redhead to another. What was it like playing a ginger?
It was great, actually. Tim had a collection of photographs around his monitor. And we started, like
Bozo,
famous
Carrot
redheads.
Yeah. Scary.
And Lucy is standing by in London now. Luce, I am so jealous. It's every girl's dream to meet Johnny Depp. What was he like?
Well, out of everybody I've ever interviewed, I was the most nervous and excited about meeting Johnny Depp. He's a Hollywood legend. He went out with Kate Moss. He's living with Vanessa Paradis. But what was he like in real life? Well, I interviewed him in a hotel room, and he was sat down, and he seemed smaller in real life than I imagined him. But despite wearing this sort of strange hat and having slightly odd facial hair, he was every inch the Hollywood legend. He's got these very big, dark brown, soulful eyes, and they're kind of mesmeric. They really kind of draw you in. I felt myself being hypnotised by Johnny Depp.